Anyone who loves the concept of burning more calories while doing less work would find the promise of fat burners to be effectively a cheat code for weight reduction. If fat burners even slightly boost your weight loss efficiency, it may mean weeks off your weight loss program. As we're talking specifically about thyroid patients, the promise of quick weight loss is very alluring to them. However, the key question here is, do they work? And the answer is yes, but only if you use the appropriate ones at the right doses. I will concentrate mainly on the strongest. The first ingredient on the list is a substance known as alpha-yohenbine, often known as RIN, but keep in mind that they will work for anyone attempting to reduce weight, not just thyroid patients. The African bark of trees is the source of alpha-yohenbine, the king of fat burners. It is used there to boost vitality, but studies have shown that it can also hasten weight reduction by blocking alpha-2 adrenergic receptors. It may seem surprising to learn that these receptors are concentrated in adipose tissues such as the thighs, hips, and lower belly, yet blocking these receptors actually speeds up the breakdown of fat. Since thyroid patients frequently struggle with the characteristic thyroid body shape, as well as the characteristic thyroid belly, blocking the function of these receptors encourages the release of the fatty acids that are present in these areas, which is a major contributing factor to the difficulty people have losing weight in these areas. Although yohenbine is an excellent choice for patients with this illness, it is not without drawbacks. For optimal effects, it is recommended to use yohenbine with exercise. Although yohenbine promotes the release of fatty acids from your fat cells, you still need to burn these acids for energy. Should you fail to do so, the liberated fatty acids will ultimately return to your fat cells, leaving you exactly where you were before. The second drawback, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but something to be mindful of, is that yohenbine interacts with your sympathetic nervous system, which causes an increase in norepinephrine release. Also referred to as noradrenaline, norepinephrine raises blood pressure, heart rate, and energy levels. This increases your metabolism, which is fantastic if you're trying to lose weight, but not so great if you're the anxious or insomniac type of person, or if you're someone who is easily overstimulated. Consequently, this sets off a chain of events that elevates a substance known as cyclic adenosine monophosphate. Although it's not really necessary to know how this is all happening, you should be aware of what happens to your cells when they have higher levels of CAMP. Enhanced fat breakdown, higher cellular energy production, muscle cell preservation, improved blood flow, and improved hormone regulation are just a few of these advantages. Even more noteworthy in this instance is the fact that forskollie is one of the very few substances that raise CAMP levels in cells. However, some contain substances like caffeine, hormones, and even physical activity. Studies have indicated that 50 milligrams of forskollie per day is required to obtain the positive benefits. However, as the majority of coleus forskollie extracts only contain 20% forskollie, you will need to take a dose total of roughly 250 milligrams. The next item on the list is green tea extract. Since green tea has been used for thousands of years, there are a ton of retrospective studies that examine people who have consumed it. Researchers can examine two distinct groups of people, for example, those who consume large amounts of green tea versus those who do not, and then contrast the two to see if there are any variations from the research patterns that emerge, allowing us to draw conclusions about the advantages of this compound. One of the most pertinent findings to this discussion is that individuals who regularly drink green tea have 19.6% less body fat than those who do not. This strongly implies that there may be a benefit to green tea's capacity to aid in weight loss. While some people attribute this benefit mainly to the beverage's caffeine content, this explanation is insufficient to account for all of the benefits, as decaffeinated green tea extracts are still shown to offer some of the same advantages. Regarding green tea extracts, the current consensus is that they upregulate the genes that cause fat to be broken down and fat storage to be prevented. If you want to utilize one, seek for a component that possesses the following qualities. A standardized polyphenol content of at least 98% or higher catechin content of 80% or higher caffeine at least 2% and EGCG at least 50% or higher fucoxanthin, a vitamin A-like substance that gives brown seaweed its brown color and functions as a bioactive component, is another less potent fat-promoting substance. Its activity on uncoupling protein, one may have an anti-obesity effect, according to study. To cut a long tale short, fucoxanthin works on your fat cells to promote thermogenesis, or the generation of heat. This is the same process that thyroid hormones work to activate, which is why fucoxanthin is beneficial for those with thyroid dysfunction. This process is primarily regulated by brown fat, which is why fucoxanthin, when combined with any other supplement or treatment that increases brown fat, results in a successful weight loss strategy. While fucoxanthin is unlikely to produce noticeable results on its own, it does have a complementary effect when combined with other fat burners for physiologic benefits. Search for a daily dosage of no less than 4 milligrams. So what does this really mean for fat loss? Let's find out, but first, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video. Speaking of brown fat activation, the next item on the list is a spice called grains of paradise. This plant, which is related to ginger, is most commonly used as a spice, but is occasionally used as a medicine. Its claim to fame is its brown fat activating compounds, which are called 6-paridol and 6-gingerol. One study examined women who took paradoxine, a standardized extract of grains of paradise, and found that those who took it for 4 weeks saw a decline in both total body fat and belly fat. As you might expect, the combination of grains of paradise and fucoxanthin, which we just discussed, can be particularly potent given their synergistic mechanism of action for dosing. I'd recommend sticking to the standardized extract known as paradoxine, which contains 15% of franols and 12.5% of 6-paridol. Number 6 on the list is 35-deodo. The presumed mechanism for this effortless fat loss was thought to be due to an increase in whole body resting energy expenditure. L-thiorenine, which is simply another term for the thyroid hormone known as T2, is an ideal fat burner. Don't be put off by the word. Though research is ongoing to fully assess how T2 functions in the body, it is still very powerful and, as of right now, at least somewhat responsible, if not more so than T3, for regulating basal metabolic rate. T2 is not as well known as T4 and T3, the thyroid hormones found in prescription thyroid medications. It does pretty much everything you would want a fat burner to do, including activating brown fat tissue and browning white fat, increasing cellular ATP production, regulating blood sugar, and supporting skeletal muscle. Unlike the other compounds we've discussed, the question of whether or not to use it is more about safety than effectiveness. Given its ability to speed up metabolism and the fact that many thyroid patients are not producing enough of it, T2 is ideal for this group of people. As far as dosing is concerned, 30 to 100 micrograms per day will usually do the trick. But if you have hypothyroidism, you may need more, just like other thyroid hormones. To date, T2 is considered a body-identical hormone, which means it can be very powerful. However, based on available evidence, human studies show that T2 does not negatively impact thyroid hormones or the HPT axis if used in doses of less than 300 micrograms per day. Thus, according on your unique genetic makeup, you might require more or less. However, I wouldn't advise taking more over 300 micrograms daily, as this could have unfavorable side effects. The powerful citrus bioflavonoids hesperidin and naringin, which are included in number 7, can be extracted and added in high doses to a variety of supplements. This enables you to benefit from the beneficial compounds typically found in oranges, grapefruits, and lemons. It is because of these bioactive compounds that, contrary to popular belief, Eating fruit can help you lose weight and prevent obesity. Studies have shown that eating more fruit increases your likelihood of being lean. But let's set that aside for the moment. Even if you disagree that eating more fruit will make you lose weight, hesperidin or naringin extracts won't affect you because they don't include any calories or fruit sugars. You can obtain all of these bioflavonoids benefits without any of their drawbacks by isolating them all. You won't find any natural or cleaner fat-burning ingredients than hesperidin and naringin. Studies have shown that these substances aid in weight loss by upregulating the genes involved in the breakdown of fat. Choose a hesperidin extract with 90% or more bioflavonoids and a naringin extract with 98% or more bioflavonoids for determining dosage. For those who prefer the concept of efficiency, like myself, the dosage for both is 300 milligrams daily. The description below has a link to a supplement that includes nearly all of these chemicals, which I find appealing. In conclusion, finding the right fat burner can make a significant difference for thyroid patients striving to manage their weight and support their overall health. Remember, it's essential to choose fat burners that are specifically tailored to your unique needs, considering factors such as thyroid function and individual sensitivities. By integrating the right supplements with a balanced diet and a consistent exercise routine, you can work towards achieving your wellness goals effectively. However, always consult with your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement to ensure it aligns with your personal health plan. We hope this video has provided valuable insights and guidance on choosing the best fat burners for thyroid patients. If you found this information helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share this video with anyone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to Health Angel Solutions for more tips and advice on managing your health and wellness. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in our future video. To ensure that you never miss an update from us, make sure to click the notification bell.